What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Extras and Other Stuff video, where today I'll be showing you as much as possible and giving shoutouts to Bryce, Vertical Sandwich, the guys who did the guide for Jaws and also the map, also Jay as well. Jay has started his own Incredibles walkthrough, which is 100%, and I recommend you check it out. I'm going to be quiet for this bit because there is going to be a trailer that plays here. Okay, so let's get into this Extras and Other Stuff video. So of course we got new game, which I'm probably going to be using because of the cheats, and also testing out the other cheats, but we're not going to do that quite yet. Also, to prove that I've got 100%, you have seen this before, but for people who may not have watched the walkthrough for whatever reason, which is understandable. Then options, so this is what I got my settings set to for sound. I also, in the PS2 and the PC version, you can actually have it set to, there's another tab there which says what sort of sound you want it as, so mono, then just regular stereo, and then Dolby sound. Which I'm not sure what the Xbox One is set to, but it might be Dolby, because it does say on the back of my cover that it is Dolby sound. Then video, so of course I got the brightness set to max, even though it doesn't really help when you're in those really dark places. Then screen size is normal. Now then, for whatever reason, when I set it to widescreen it goes like that and it looks really weird, so I like to set it to normal. It's a personal preference. But also the health bar moves slightly more to the left as well. Then controls. So I got invert access, well of course for the looking around stuff off because I like it normal. Then spring look I got off. Personally you can have this on, I just really don't like it. For some odd reason smart camera's on even though I got it off. Then of course vibration is on. If you don't like that then turn that off. Controls display I got, well this is the one I've been using, and this is where I learned actually how to change the camera. So, you know, it's literally the right stick, you just click it in, and then it sets it to one of the three perspectives. And this is control configuration 2. Of course, I don't use this one. I have heard people say this one's a lot better, but I prefer to use the default for whenever I do any of my walkthroughs, just so I learn from that one. Of course I can set it back to default. Okay, now for the extras. So, animal bios, which I'm going to be quiet for, and I'm going to show you all of them. If you want, pause the video, because what I'm going to be doing is going through them not too quickly, but probably look at each one for 3 seconds, then move on to the next one. So if you want, pause the video, you can read the stuff about the animals. I'm not entirely sure if this is all 100% true for all the animals or fish in the game. Okay, so that's it for that one. It's kind of funny how they don't have jaws in there. The great white shark. Okay, then we got credits, which of course I've shown in the final part of the walkthrough. Of course I won't be showing it again, and also if I do play it, it'll just repeat itself. Then we have trailers. Now then, there is one more, and it's on the PC and PS2, and it's for the PSP. It's kind of funny how the Xbox version doesn't show it.
Rated T for teen. Their world is beyond perfection. Their race is near extinction. Their hope is in her hands. Eon Flux.
Okay, so I've never ever played that game. But this next one I have played, and it's a really weird game, but really fun.
The human mind. A 3-pound pile of dreams. This is our beachhead, and this is your landing craft.
At a unique summer camp for the paranormally gifted,
Don't you train psychonauts here?
That is what I wrote on the pamphlet.
young cadets are taught to perfect their powers,
Get in here and give me 20.
and the counselors
What a delightfully mean little brain you have. Just what we want.
have secrets to
If
hide.
I could just get him in my lab for some experiments, I'm sure he could withstand more than the others.
I got big plans for that mind.
My name
Starts with a D.
is Rasputin.
He came to camp to become a psychonaut,
I have a chance to be something. To make a difference.
but there is more to their minds than meets the eye.
We're gonna have to remove your brain and make it shoot down innocent civilians with its concentrated psychic death beam. The good news is that your insurance is going to cover the whole thing.
Lily, a deranged madman is building an army of psychic death tanks to take over the world. And there's no one who can stop him, except for you and me.
Oh my god! Let's make out!
Now to save his friends,
Don't worry, I know where your brains are.
and win her heart,
Oh no! You didn't just hit my boyfriend!
he must fight like a warrior.
Hey everyone! Here comes Coachella!
Think like a madman,
We can't get past this! Looks like a test. There's probably a secret, more advanced route.
and stop an evil genius
Tell me if you think this smells like your doom.
from leaving the world brainless. Get ready
You are all psychic soldiers.
for the one game that goes mental.
You shall engage the enemy in his own mentality. You shall live his nightmare. And those of you who fight well, you will find yourselves on the path to becoming international secret agents. In other words, psychonauts!
By the way, that's an awesome game. I really do love it. Maybe one day I'll play it. Okay, so now for the movie. I do not own any of this. This is all owned by Universal Studios. This is for learning purposes, of course. Under code blah 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 blah. If they have a problem with it, then let me know and I'll take down the video and redo this. Also, this will contain spoilers.
Hey, he's taking it, he's taking it, he's taking it. Hey, hey, go, 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 go. Charlie, take my word for it. Don't look back. Swim, Charlie. Swim. Come on, Charlie. Swim. Swim, Charlie. Come on. To me, boy. Come on. Come on, Charlie. Swim. To me. Come on, Charlie. Keep swimming. Keep swimming, Charlie. Come on. A little more, Charlie. Attaboy. To me, Charlie. Attaboy. 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 Get up. I can't get up. I can't give me a hand. I can't get up. Come on, Charlie. Help me. Come on, Charlie. Help me. Get your feet out of the water. Get your feet up. Attaboy. Attaboy, Charlie. Can we go home now?
slow ahead. I can go slow ahead. Come on down and chump some of this shit.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Smile, you son of a...
Okay, there we go. Those are all the movie scenes. I recommend you watch the first two movies and not the other two movies. So Jaws, the original one, and then Jaws 2. So the next thing I'm going to be showing is how you get the mission select. All you have to do is press the back button on the Xbox controller, and there we go, level select. So you can select Open Ocean South. It's really interesting the way the order goes here. So Open Ocean South, the tutorial, the breakout, the dead of night, hunted, predator in the bay, the angry armada, a taste for blood, deep, the facility, blood on the beach, the final chase, east, west, fisherman's isle, grand canals, underwater caves. So yeah, if you want to revisit one of these, or of course maybe do a level a lot better, then you can replay it on this. So the one I'm going to select is A Taste for Blood, because most people say this is the worst mission in the game. Personally, I think the final mission is the worst in the game. I really don't like that one, but because I had God mode, it made it super easy. And of course it's going to set it to camera 1 as the default. But also, we do have blood points. So you can select a certain amount. And you'll get certain upgrades as well. and you can just mess about with it. So yeah, that's it for the mission select. Next thing I'm going to be showing off is the cheats, and also whether or not the other cheats will work that people say. So the first one I'm going to choose is blood. Skip the cutscenes because I've already shown them in the walkthrough. And now then, you want to go to the pause menu and you'll have 1 million blood points. And literally you can spend them all, and you'll have jaws maxed out. So if you've always wanted to play the first mission with all of his abilities, everything upgraded, then you can. The diver should be right underneath us. Funny. Okay, so that's it for that one. Let's move on to the next cheat, which I know works. Which is SHAARK. And there you go, now you have level selection. So if you didn't feel like collecting all those license plates, then yeah, just enter the cheat SHAARK and you'll get all of them. Of course, now I've got it for, well, I've got it forever. I don't have to enter the cheat, so I suppose that's the only bonus, that you don't actually have to type in the cheat every time. But yeah, moving on to the next cheat, which apparently people say work, which is GODMODE. I don't know, why do I say code? Can't spell, apparently. Apparently I can't spell GODMODE. Alright, so let's see if this one works. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna swim to the diver's cage. Fortunately, I've got to go through all these tutorial messages once again. And yeah, we don't have God mode, so that cheat does not work. I can confirm that. So let's move on to the final cheat, which I know for a fact isn't gonna work, but I just want to show you it because it's funny. So the next one is Unstoppable. Now then, of course, if you know how to spell Unstoppable, it is UNSTOPP and then ABLE. So you need roughly around 11 characters to activate it, which of course the game only gives you 7. So the next one, which is really funny, which is still isn't gonna work, but I'll just show you anyway. Which apparently you spell it like that. So I'm just gonna show you, even though I know it doesn't work, and you guys definitely know it's not gonna work. So this is also supposed to give you God mode as well. And there we go, I'm taking damage. Yeah, there we go. That proves my point. So yeah, the shark and blood cheats work, the God mode and unstoppable cheats do not work. So there we go, that myth has been busted. Even though people have said in the comment sections that they don't work. But people still try to use them, which is really funny. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to show you is a few of the different types of animals. Now then, all the animals in the bio, I believe they all exist in the game. Of course, I'm only going to be showing a few that we may haven't have seen or that I just really like. So I'll show you those ones. Okay. Now that we're here, the first one I'm going to show you, which I haven't shown you before, is the Sperm Whale. Which of course there is only one, for whatever reason. And of course we can't go to attack him because we do have an invisible wall. But yeah, he's going to be casually swimming. There is a way of getting out of the map, which is to sort of go up against an island that's really close to the barrier and then slowly bashing your way out, but I won't be showing it. And anyway, even if you do get out and you go to attack this guy, you can't. You sort of just go through him. Okay, so anyway, I'll show you the next one. I'll see you when we're there. Okay, so the next one is going to be in the south of Amity Island, and it's going to be near this side challenge, which is the one where you've got to try and eat as many of the seals as possible before Thingy, tries to save them. So yeah, here are the orcas, or killer whales. they do look pretty small. I mean, the one we went up against on the second mission, he was pretty huge. And yeah, as you can see, he can't kill me. But yeah, when I go to grab him, it's kind of funny. Now it looks like some sort of toy that just got ripped apart. Oh well. But yeah, if you want to see the killer whales or the orca, however you know them as, then they're going to be in here. Alright, so I'm going to move on to the next one, so I'll see you there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I also forgot to show this one. So if you go right in the corner of the south of Amity Island, so the southeast, then you're gonna see this blue whale. I think that's a blue whale. Or it could be just a normal whale, and it might be that the colors look really weird. Yeah, he's gonna be pretty close to this island here. And of course, unfortunately, you can't attack him. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. So the next one is going to be literally pretty close to the compass, well, literally right on top of the compass, which is going to be the whale sharks. And they're pretty huge. But yeah, let's attack one. I mean, look how ridiculous that looks. It looks like some dog with a huge bone, but instead of that, it's a shark with a huge shark. Or a great white with a huge whale shark. And then this is probably like the most disturbing one out of them all. That is pretty gruesome. See if I can get a better look at this. Ah, there we go. I mean, Jesus, who the hell programmed that? But yeah, moving on. There's gonna be one last thing I'm gonna show you, unless I accidentally bump into something else. So I'll see you there in a bit. Okay, so the next one here isn't actually to do with any fish or sharks or mammals of any sort. This one's to do with Brody's house. Now then, here's where it should be, but there is nothing here, apart from these fishing boats, which is really weird. There's nothing on the seafloor, apart from this guy who's gonna annoy me. if I swim over here, you can see like these power lines. This is supposed to be the East Side homes. But yeah, I do find it pretty weird that Brody's house isn't here. Alright. Sorry guys. I had to go and take a phone call. And that's why I sort of decided to go to black screen on the video. So anyway, I forgot about this as well. Jaws God mode doesn't help him with these mines that are in red. The green ones you can just straight up knock, which I'll demonstrate now. But of course, if he goes into the ones in red, then he dies and it won't let you respawn unless you revert back to checkpoint. I don't want to do this because for whatever reason, when I go to check the recording, then the audio repeats itself. There's sort of like this loop that goes on and it's really horrible. So this is where I'm gonna end the video, but I am gonna give my opinion on this game. I did enjoy this game. The only gripes I have with it is the camera, the fact that it likes to go back to camera 1. The fact that Jaws likes to get stuck in stuff for whatever reason. It mainly happens towards the end of the game. You can avoid it during the first half of the game, but after a while you'll accidentally go into something and then he'll get stuck. Especially in the mine part, which I really hated. Personally, I really hated the last mission, except it was super easy to do with God mode on. Of course, you could actually die because of the thing they stuck in you, which makes no sense, but okay. The story was okay. I mean, wasn't the best, wasn't the greatest story I've ever heard, but I did like the fact that 30 years after the original Jaws, that Amity Island has now moved on or whatever and is growing and all this great stuff is happening, and also Environment Plus now using the sea seekers, which are having a huge effect on the sharks and other wildlife, which are making them aggressive. And actually you do see that when you're near one of the sea seekers, because the sharks go after you, which is very interesting. I didn't actually notice that, but certain sharks will go for you anyway, but other sharks won't unless you're near a sea seeker. So yeah, I can understand why people hate this game. This game isn't for everybody. I don't really know. I mean, I could recommend this game to like the people who love Jaws, but also I could probably recommend it to people who like unusual things, who don't like maybe playing first-person shooters all the time and whatnot, just like playing some really unusual games, and this is definitely one of them. I do sort of want a remaster of this game, or something where they fix everything. It would be great, and also improve the graphics. 'Cause even on the PC version... Oh yeah, that's another thing, the draw distance. You can't even increase it so you can see a lot further, so I'm guessing that's to hide some stuff. Maybe like stuff spawning in. But yeah, this was an okay game. I did enjoy it. But this game isn't going to be for everyone. And I get why it's so mixed, where you have people who have enjoyed it and other people who have just hated it. Because either you're going to love this game or you're just going to get really bored of it and you're just going to absolutely hate it and complain about it. What else? Now then, if you're going to buy this game on eBay or Amazon, I'm not sure if there's anywhere else cheaper, but this game is sort of expensive. not as expensive as the old N64 cartridges, which, thank God. But I mean, it goes for something like 60 to 70 quid, even if it's not brand new. I mean, the most I'd pay for this game is about 10 or 15 pounds, or quid as I say. I'm not sure how much that would be in US dollars. Might be like $25 to $20. I should have looked that up. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed. I've actually had fun playing this game. The reason why you didn't hear me swear through it was because most of the swearing was to do with whenever the game froze. Oh yeah, that's another thing. The game, for whatever reason, likes to freeze in certain places or slow down. There were some drops, like you could see it in the video, when there was a lot of stuff going on, a lot of effects. But yeah, I would recommend this game to people who just want to play something different or unusual. Also, I didn't have a problem with the controls as well. I thought the controls were okay. Of course, there was one thing that I got really annoyed at, was Jaws' accuracy. Some days he'd be great to go and kill stuff, but other days he would totally miss where you wanted him to attack. And my wireless headset going off there. So anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed. I'll stop rambling now, and I'll see you next time for whatever I do.